Good evening. Waiting for some people to come in. Running a little late tonight for Candid Conversations. Hope all is well with everyone tonight. Good evening. I think I know how to keep checking. Hey, sis. See you checking in. All right. So we have a subject tonight. Well, we met your ass, didn't we?
Yeah, it's a very controversial. Yeah, that's it.
You can't even get it up. You're starting off on the wrong foot today, honey. You have no idea.
A very controversial subject. Because I was getting tongue-tied because I know it's about to get heated up in here. You understand?
Okay, so we need to make an agreement.
What's that?
Before we start?
What's that?
Okay. Don't take it personal?
Oh, well, no, it's not personal.
Okay.
It's not personal. It's factual. It's factual.
All right.
Facts and truths.
That's what he said. All right, I'm still waiting for some more people to come in. Let's see.
Actual and factual.
Actual and factual?
Absolutely.
So how was your weekend?
It was busy.
Busy.
Like, it's nonstop. I'm still moving. Not moving from my home, but I'm still doing work. And I've been just the whole weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Saturday, I had some runs to make, had stuff to do, but Sunday, got out of church and was right back in the yard.
All right.
And so now I'm inside the house and I'm doing the floors. Putting it together,
Okay.
taking advantage of the time.
Okay, good for you.
What about yours?
I had a very busy weekend. I worked all weekend long.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. I didn't even get to work. I wanted to.
I worked all weekend long. I had a lot going on, so things that I can't discuss at the moment. But yeah. Hey, Sharita. Hey, Quincy. My brother and sister.
Sharita and Quincy, what's happening?
What's up, fam?
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to hear that you had a great weekend.
It was great, but it was great in the form of work.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Little work ain't never hurt nobody.
Yeah.
I can say that from experience because that's all I did was work this weekend. I have projects going on. Well, you know, some things that I have going on. It's been nonstop for me.
Yeah.
Completely nonstop.
Well, we're glad that Sharita and Quincy is on. And we're looking for Pam.
Oh, I'm sure Pam will get in here.
Y'all call Pam and tell Pam to tune in because we need her. But Quincy, you stay with us, man, because I'm going to need you.
Quincy,
the brothers.
Sis, I know you got my back, so we're good over here. Hey, Paula. I know my cousin Paula got my back, too, on tonight's subject. So the ladies in the house, we're going to have to stick together tonight because of this topic. And so I'm going to need all my girls with me tonight because it's going to get a little tight. I hope he's ready.
Yeah, we gonna see.
All right, so we're just going to go ahead and get started.
All right.
Okay, so tonight's topic is...
You didn't welcome everybody.
Oh.
We didn't introduce them.
Well, why'd you welcome them?
Okay, welcome to Candid Conversations with your host, Val Jefferson.
And Wade Howard.
And we are so happy that you are here.
Yes. I thought it was tight tonight. I wasn't sure if we were going to get it done, but we made it because Wade was late, y'all. He was late.
Always late.
He always late. Okay. Hey, Mark. I need to talk to you about some brisket. Okay.
The brothers is checking in. Yeah, I need the brothers.
So,
check in on this subject.
Yes. So, this subject tonight is a juicy one. We might have to do a part 2 on this one.
Juicy.
So,
Juicy Couture.
yes, Mark. Thank you. Maybe this weekend. Okay. So go ahead and tell me the subject tonight because it was your idea, your subject.
The subject tonight is, can a woman think like a man, and can a man think like a woman? Hello.
Okay. He got tickled himself.
You ought to say yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right. That was real manly.
Yeah. I'm not a man. To be clear, I'm a woman. That means woman. She has a womb, okay? I'm a woman.
A womb man.
I said that. And and I don't try to wear a man's pants. I don't wear men's pants. I wear women's pants.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
So, okay.
Y'all know I'm squinching because I got my glasses
Alvin,
again.
you are silly. But
Hey,
anyway.
Kimmy Cakes.
So,
And who is that? That photography.
So
7. Welcome.
So we just want, ooh-wee, my. Oh, before we get started, can I clear something up real quick?
Clear it up.
I just have to take care of a little housekeeping.
Okay.
Just a little housekeeping. I just want to, and it's just sit there, you be all right. I just wanted to tell I'm speaking to an individual right now, and they probably know who they are. But I just want to say to you, stop trolling my page. Thank you. Stop trolling my page and having your people try to befriend me so you can find out what's going on my page. Whatever's going on my page and whatever's going on in my life is none of your business. Period. That's your one and final warning shot. I will expose you, to be clear. All right, I'm done. All right, so we can move on.
Fire.
I just had to get that out there. I just had to get that out there.
Ooh, Lord Jesus, it's hot up in here.
I had to get that out there.
Quincy. It's
Sorry.
hot over here.
Sorry, but I will expose you. Don't play with me. Better ask somebody. So anyway, people, we're going to move on. And so now, your question was, can a woman think like a man? Give me your breakdown of that.
Okay. Now, first let's go back to the beginning. And the Bible says when God created man in his likeness, his image and his likeness, after his likeness, and then it says he created woman, which we understand that the woman was in the man when God created the man. So we understand that.
Right.
But God said he needed a help. Man needed a help meet. Ladies, let me say something. Help meet does not mean slavery. Okay, let's just clear that up. You're not no one's slave. You are a help meet. You are a helper to your husband. You all coexist. You dominate the earth. All right. So let's clear that up. All right. So now everybody's clear.
Okay.
That the woman is not the man's slave, right? You ain't gotta wash the dishes. You don't want to. It's up to you. I don't have a problem with that, me personally. Now, let me say this.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. You said you don't have a problem with what? Women washing the dishes or you washing the dishes?
No, I don't have a problem with if they don't wash the dishes. I said if they don't wash the dishes.
I just want to clarify.
Pay attention. Okay, now, listen to me very closely. Ladies, you cannot think like a man because you are not a man. All right? No matter what you may think, no matter how you might try to perceive it, you have to walk in a man's shoes. You have to be an actual man in order to think like a man. Whatever Steve Harvey told you or whoever else told you, that is some stuff that just sold the movie. All right? And I know it sold a lie that people bought tickets and went to see it, especially you ladies. But you cannot think like a man because I stand on the fact that you are not a man. You don't know what a man has to deal with. There are different organs in the man's body, okay? There are different things going on in a man that's different from what goes on in a woman.
So now we're talking about anatomy?
Well, anatomy has something to do with it. It's genetics, anatomy,
Okay.
it's makeup, it's all of that. It's DNA, it's the whole, it's testosterone, the estrogen.
Okay.
Okay.
I got you. That's
Quincy, I'm looking for you. Anyway.
Hey, okay, let me give you a couple shout outs. Alvin, TC. Hey, Chris Garfoley.
That TC?
Yes, TC.
TC.
Rob Williams. Hey, how was everybody this evening? We got a lot of people coming on. I want some chime in from the ladies from Instagram, from Facebook, from Periscope, and YouTube. Okay.
Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome everyone. We don't want to leave anyone out.
This is a hot subject, so let's do it. Let's get it on.
But the thing is, most women don't think like men. We're not trying to think like you. We don't want to think like you. Seriously. What makes you think that women want to think like a man? Where are you coming up with that?
It's not my, of course,
I understand that.
It's not my personal thought, but like I said, the movie came out and everybody flooded the theaters. And then, of course, just like when Bruce Lee came out and Bruce Lee came out doing the drop kicks and the high karate, we all got in our mind that we were like Bruce Lee. We took karate classes. We did all that so that we could be like Bruce Lee. So a lot of times the media has a very strong influence on how people perceive things. And you have women out there who actually believe that they ain't whatever.
This comes from a man. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, women out there who actually believe that because after that movie that they can think like a man. I don't care if you are. I don't care, and I don't want to go too far because I want to bring up some stuff even as we go on. I don't want to give all the juicy stuff yet. But what we got? Okay, read your first comment. Who is it from? Okay. And what is he saying?
This is coming from Mark. Mark says, but she came out of a man, so she would be able to think like us more so than us thinking like them.
Come on, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Mark, come on, man.
Yeah. Come on with it, y'all.
Mark, stay focused. Mark, stay focused. Mark.
That's one for us already.
Everybody has an opinion. That's fine. Come on, fellas. I need y'all to show it. Quincy. All right. Look.
Okay, so
look. No. Mark, I got to disagree with you. Yes, the woman came out of the man from the very beginning, but God made each individual man and woman to complement each other. You cannot complement each other if you're just like one another. That's just like saying, "Oh, I'm going to wear all red." It just wouldn't look good. It wouldn't matter. It might look good to some people because that's where people are. You got on all red, like we talked about men in pastel.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And because the guy had all the colors on from head to toe and had a bag, it was a nice outfit and it was a nice hookup, but the colors it was too much of the same color. You cannot have two of the same thing. They cannot complement one another. And so woman complements man and man complements woman because of the differences. All right?
So
I'm waiting on you.
You waiting? I'm
quiet. You thriving off of what Mark said.
No, I'm not thriving off what Mark said. I just wanted you to get it out and explain to the people exactly where you were coming from, why you with men, where women think like men. Again, we don't think like men. We don't want to think like you.
No, the question is, can a woman think like a man?
Well, it depends on what it is.
Okay.
Because when you think about, because we're not trying to walk in your shoes. We're different. We're uniquely made as women.
Absolutely.
So we're not trying to walk in a man's shoes or anything. And when you go back to the movie or the book, it's really not telling a woman to think like a man. It's basically based off of relationships and how you think when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex and in a relationship. Now a lot of men said that Steve Harvey gave away all the secrets, basically, on how to get the man and keep the man and get the man to do what you wanted him to do.
But why would a woman need to even attempt to think like a man? Now, it's true. You need to know your man. You need to know your man. You need to y'all need to be able to relate from a man and a woman's perspective.
Right.
But you don't have to think like me if you know me. You don't have to think like me.
Right.
If you know me, then you will know how to handle me. You'll know how to entreat me. Mm-hmm. You'll know how to cohabitate with me, coexist with me.
Right.
But that don't mean that you're gonna act like me.
Again, we're not trying to act like
I'm just saying.
It still goes back to...
Don't be so quick to get a resolve. You need to argue this point now. You said we ain't trying to...
Well, we're not. Like you. We're not trying to act like you. Basically, it's more of an understanding when it comes to knowing the opposite sex. It really is. It's more of trying to get to understand how you think. That's it.
Is that what that's about?
That's really what it's about. It's how you think, how you move.
So what difference is that going to make? If you try to figure out how I think as a man.
Well, the thing is if we know how you think, we may know how to cater to you better as a female, because there are some women that do not know how to maintain a relationship. There are some women, and I'm not saying all, so this is my opinion, and I've been around a little while, so okay. But okay. But to understand the man and how to relate to the man in a lot of instances, because you have a lot of women who may not have had a father figure in their life, so they don't know how to really interact with a man in many different instances.
So does that mean that she has to? So I'm still trying to figure out then. So what does he mean by think like a man? Why would you even say think like a man?
Well, really, again, I go back to the book. You're not thinking like a man. He's giving you tips on how to deal with the man in your relationship.
Okay,
and how to get the man to be more attentive to you. How to get the man to, keep the man's attention. Basically, if a woman is okay, let me get a little real with y'all. Okay, can I take the gloves off? Thank you. I'm glad y'all gave it to me. If a man if you're trying to get that man's attention, you're trying to get that man, then you want to know a little bit more about this man. Not to mention, you want to know how to get the man and keep the man, because there are people out here, men and women, that jump into bed too quick with somebody. And instead of having a relationship, you wind up with a situationship.
I love that song.
Okay? You wind up with a situationship instead of a relationship. And so then you're trying to figure out why this guy isn't working out, or you keep running in still have the same patterns where you keep doing this, because at the end of the day, you keep doing the same thing the same way, you're going to continue to get the same results. And so if you watch the movie, you'll understand that each woman tried to change up their patterns with the man. That's exactly what they did.
Okay.
Each one of them, even though it was several different relationships going on in the movie, each partner, they tried to do something different and change up their way of thinking so that they can make their relationships more successful and have less failures.
So how come you just can't ask the man, or how come you can't just know there are some things that there's some things that a man likes that women already know. First of all, let me say this.
Your boy said he sold us out.
Who?
Quincy said he sold us out.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
wait. Okay, go ahead. Let's see. Let's
go
see.
to Alvin.
Alvin Elder. Thank you, sir. Welcome to the show. Let me hear what Alvin said. A woman can't think like a man no more than a man can think like a woman. All you can do is try to understand your spouse, partner, thinking. Thank you. Thank you, Alvin. Now tell Mark. Tell Mark. Did you hear that, Mark? Let's see read what Quincy say. Quincy said something about Quincy.
Quincy said, women complicate the interaction with men. We are so simple.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point, Quince. Because listen, there are things that women know that men like. Most men, if you a real man, and I ain't trying to tell who's a real man or not, I'm just saying most real men like a feminine woman. A real man don't want a hard woman. He don't want that's just like being with another man. I ain't trying to be with another man. I want to be with that woman, that feminine side, that soft, that you know what I mean.
What's the
But you know what I mean. It's see let me go to the Bible real quick again, because it says, women, when your husbands with a quiet and meek spirit. See, a lot of women don't want to be meek. A lot of women want to be loud and boisterous. They want to be aggressive. They want to say what they want, and then they want you to bow down to what they want right now, and they want you to do it. Or they're going to be mad at you. They're not going to be mad. They're going to hold back sex, because they use sex as a weapon. So that's the stuff that men have to deal with. So women, can you deal with if a man held back on you? Because the first thing you're going to say, he's a faggot. You might say,
use that word.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're going to say,
we don't want to offend anybody.
All right, well, you're going to say, well, I'm just telling the truth. I'm sorry about the word. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend anyone. Okay. She's going to say he's either gay and he likes other men, or she's going to say he's impotent, or she's going to find every other excuse other than the fact that he just may not like what's going on. So now, if he's like that, because women are like that. Women, we don't say that a woman is gay or lesbian, or we don't say that she's this or that. We just think, the first thing we might think is you cheating. You messing around. All right? That's one thing a man may think. Fellas, help me out.
Okay. Women, if a man is not consistent in the bedroom, we think he cheating. Not that he's gay. We're not even on that page. No.
Not always. That may not be you.
Okay, come on, ladies. Can I hear you?
That may not be you.
But that's not the first thing you think of.
Quincy said, keep talking.
Oh, Kevin's watching. Listen, that is not the
Kevin
first.
Shine.
Hey, Kevin, that's not the first thing that we think of if you're holding back sex. That is not the first thing we're thinking about. So
why do y'all do it then?
Why do we hold back sex?
Yeah, why do you do it? Because you use it as a weapon.
It could be yeah. I'm not going to say that ain't true.
See?
Listen, if you mad, you ain't trying to be bothered. We got to work some things out. But that's a whole nother.
See, that's wrong. That's wrong. You ain't supposed to withhold from your man.
Listen.
Your husband.
And then why your husband withholding from you? Because he's getting it from somewhere else?
That's the whole point.
Is he getting it from somewhere else?
Well, that's the whole point. That's right.
Okay.
But I'm saying, I mentioned that to say that's when you talk about thinking like a man, if a woman try to think like a man, it's because men ain't going to do the same thing that women do. What Quincy said?
He said ninja sword. What's up with the ninja sword? Okay. But
that's Quincy Humphrey, y'all.
But we really want to right now.
Quincy's supposed to be on here. Him
Quincy
and
is
Serena.
crazy. Okay, wait a minute. What my cousin say? She said men tend not to communicate clearly. Come on, cuz. Tend not to communicate clearly. Women want communication. Hello. Sex is not a weapon, but lack of desire due to the situation.
Okay. I like that. Who was that?
That's my cousin Paul.
Paula. That was very well said. Now, I'll agree. I'll get with that. I will get with that because if there's a disagreement,
Yes.
then there's a lack of desire there.
Yes.
However, you cannot let the sun go down on your wrath before you handle that business, right?
Okay, that's how it should be. But let's talk real talk. Let's talk reality. Okay. Reality is if we're not getting along, okay, and in a lot of cases, men decide to step out on their woman, their wife, okay, because things are not happening at home. So he's trying to go out and get something in the street that he couldn't get at home. So there's nothing happening at the house.
Yeah.
Oh,
But there's a but there.
What's the but?
There's a but.
What's the but?
You know, when a woman can get mad at anything, and it don't even have to be necessarily at the man did anything. A woman will bring stuff back up from way back when because she done stored stuff up. She done stored it up, and then all of a sudden she's like a ticking time bomb, and it'd be that one thing that lights the fuse, and then she blows up.
Okay.
Instead of her dealing with it right then and right there, instead of letting that stuff build up. Okay. Pam, where you at?
Okay.
When here, Pam. Nautica doing good too.
Okay.
Paula doing good.
Let me say this. When a woman is holding something or still festering something inside of her, that's because she's still hurt.
So why don't she say something about it?
She has probably said something about it.
When?
You mean how many times?
When do women say stuff? They wait. How do it fester? You know, when a woman speaks, and that's why I say a woman can't think like a man, because women do hold stuff in. They will hold it in. They won't say nothing, or they'll say something one time and think you're supposed to get it.
Okay, like Paula said, if it's sorted up, it hasn't been dealt with. That means the matter has not been dealt with. When a woman is hurt,
she shuts down.
Not necessarily.
Yes, she do.
Not necessarily. We don't necessarily. We can function when we're hurt. We can function through our pain. That's one thing about women. We're multifaceted, so we can function through any situation. We can. But we're still hurt because the matter at hand has not been fully dealt with, or it's still continuing. And that's when, I'm about to use that word, y'all, trust comes into play.
You can't. Those are two different things.
Oh, not two different things.
Miss Val.
Okay.
Val. Two. Listen. Trust ain't got nothing to do with when there is an undealt with issue. Because when I was married and my wife was sitting around with an attitude, I would ask her, "What's wrong, honey? What's wrong?" And she wouldn't say nothing. I'm like, "Huh? What's wrong? Huh?" And I'm saying it 100 times. But then, like Paula say, women store it up because they ain't deal with it. No, they shut down when they get mad.
But that's not all women. Not all women shut down.
The majority of women out here, there might be a percentage that don't, but the majority of women, because there's some women, there's a friend of mine named,
you guys don't get no name.
Well, anyway, there's a friend of mine, I can give him a name if I want to, but there's a friend of mine.
You're trying to get boxed tonight. Go ahead, y'all.
There's a friend of mine who will tell you right then, whatever she's dealing with, she will tell you. She will say,
"Thank you, Paula. Love you." Woo, thank you, cuz she got my back tonight. From a woman's perspective, trust is everything.
Wait a minute. You gonna pass Alvin though, right?
No, I just wanted to continue.
Okay, but you pass Alvin.
Okay. Sorry, Alvin. You know you my boy.
Alvin, I'm about to read you. Alvin, I'm about to read your post. Albert Elder says, women will hold a grudge forever. Hallelujah.
No, we don't.
If they get it, if they get into an argument, he said, at work with another woman, they will cease to talk to each other until the rapture come. Come on.
Not true.
That is
not true.
Alvin. Yes, sir.
Not true.
Oh my
not true.
God.
Not true.
Yes.
Nope. Not true.
Yes.
Nope. Not true.
You won't know what's wrong with a woman until if you make it to heaven.
Not true.
You might find out at the funeral.
Not true. That is an untrue statement. Not true.
Gerald is watching. Gerald King.
That's my other cousin.
Yeah.
Family. I know you got
Gerald, gonna need your help here, man. Cause your cousin over here, Earlin, she over here wilding out.
Gerald, Paula got my back though. You know
her and Paula. Now, first it was Pam. Now it's Paula.
Quincy said until death.
Right, Quincy. Right. See, Quincy feel my pain.
He's talking about true.
He's
okay.
True, right.
Where's Sharita at while you talking? Is she in the other room?
Yeah, Sharita, okay. Come on. What you got to say, Sharita?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Paula, that's right. My cousin Paula said in the house. That's right, cuz.
Yeah. See, y'all see, listen, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See, like I say, they will walk around the house and won't speak. See, that's what we still don't a woman thinking like a man, because see, that's why I say a woman.
How are we thinking like a man?
But see, a woman can't think like a man because they do things differently.
Of course we do things differently, but why?
A man gonna try to work it out. He gonna come and he gonna try to talk about it.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
A man is gonna try to deal with it, and a woman is shut down.
No,
and the man brings look. Otis Williams of the Temptation, right? Got off the bus and he was talking to the girl. Anyway, his wife got mad because she saw him talking to the girl. Now, why would you get mad? And she shut down. They ended up getting divorced, and then the way the movie showed it.
Well, I'm sorry, but he was messing around. At the end of the day,
did that say he was messing around?
Okay, listen, that's a movie. We ain't talking about a movie.
I'm just asking, but it's true to life. It's true to life. It's not just a movie. It's true to life, because a woman will look at something and she will conclude that this is what it is. Men don't always conclude. Now, a man will step up and be like, "What's going on over here?" Some women will go like, "What's going on?" But a lot of women, when they say what's going on, they've already concluded what they think is going on.
First of all, most women have to approach the man about the issue.
Get out of here.
We have to approach you about unless it bothers you and you think another man is involved or something else is going on, that's when y'all step in. But for the most part, we have to approach the man about the issue. Because sometimes y'all oblivious. Y'all don't think nothing is wrong until we bring it to your attention.
Okay.
And tell me I'm not true.
So listen, that's true. That's true too. Now, let me tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what men and women do alike. Okay, what Paula's saying. Go ahead. Go ahead. I know Paula got something to say. What Paula saying?
Okay, I'll do it in order because you got on me for not doing it in order. So Quincy said emotions. Gerald,
absolutely.
Okay, Gerald says. I'm sure he says. Okay, a woman will never forget. Takes long time for women to release the emotion tied to the lie. Okay, what lie are you talking about? Okay, Gerald, don't.
Like Gerald, I gotta see you, man.
Okay, so Paula says a man sweeps it under the rug. A woman will continue to talk about it until she's satisfied. Exactly.
But a man wants to move on from the situation. Sometimes it's not even that serious.
If we talk about
it. But a woman want to make a big deal. Like it's like they say, you want to make a mountain out of an anthill.
Okay, no. Let me say this to you. If we talk about it, okay? We talk about it. And you go on and keep doing this. It doesn't look like there's anything has changed. Then we gonna still talk. We gonna still do it.
I understand that.
If nothing has changed, because one thing a woman is looking for is we're looking for change after we've had this discussion about whatever it is. We're looking for change. If we still see the same behavior, we're going to still think the same way.
Now, Paula said something that I agree with. Paula said something that a woman will continue to talk about it until she's satisfied.
Exactly.
But the problem is, when is she satisfied?
When we see change.
How you going to see change right away from? You just had the conversation. You can't see change.
It depends on what it is, what we're dealing with. It depends on what it, I mean, if it's something that is a matter of the kids, okay, that's one thing. If it's something that's dealing with, you're looking for change. Okay, say if it's a money situation, we're dealing with the bills. And you're expecting, one is expecting the other one to do their part. So this can go either way. If I'm expecting you to handle the light bill and the gas bill, and I'm handling the water bill and the sewage bill, or it could be a number of things we could be discussing. And if we're not seeing the change, then we're going to have that discussion again because it's still the repeat behavior. If I'm expecting you per check to put something in the bank and you're still not doing your part, or if I need more help with the kids and you're still not doing your part, then we're going to keep having the same conversation.
Okay, who determines that? Who determines that?
Well, it depends on who's having the issue.
Okay. All right, Paula says, if it's a lie, we want to hear the truth.
Absolutely.
How do you know it's a lie, Paula? Okay. Alvin, read Alvin. Paula, answer that question. How do you know it's a lie? Well, what did Alvin say? While Paula's typing in.
First of all, we know when y'all lying.
She's typing.
We know when y'all lying. Okay, so let me come back.
Oh my God.
Let me come back to this. Okay, so Alvin says common conversation between a quiet woman and her man. Babe, what's wrong? Her, nothing. Him, babe, you're quiet. Her, nothing. The next day, she'll ask you why you couldn't see something was wrong.
Woo!
Hold on.
Who was that? That's Alvin.
Alvin?
Alvin, you my man.
Alvin, you know we go all the
Alvin,
way back to
you are the
school.
man.
Listen.
Yes.
Listen. Because
that's the truth.
If we're still dealing with the same issues and I get quiet on you, then yeah, you already know what the problem is.
Oh, Lord. See, that's why I say.
You already know what the problem is.
That's why I say a woman cannot think like a man, because he just gave a good example.
And okay, let me get to Drill. Drill says, women look at things differently than men. Thank you, cuz. The woman may be looking at things, looking for a change that a man can't see. He may not, my cousin's so analytical, he may not see the dues to his perspectives. His perspective is tied to how he was brought up. Paula says, the truth always comes out. Paula says, sometimes you have to keep your mouth shut until you can format the words for the man to understand it. Now, I can honestly say that is very true.
So why don't they just say something?
I'm gonna tell you something. I can speak for myself. I've had to learn to not just go off about just going off, because I've learned, even from and talking with my male friends, that Valarie, when you going off, man don't hear nothing you saying. He don't hear you even talking. And so what I've learned over time was that I'm gonna be quiet until I can formulate the words that I can articulate so that we can have a conversation. I don't want to yell at you. I don't want to go back and forth with you. I want to have a grown-up conversation so that way we can resolve our issue.
Okay, so Alvin says this. How do we know the problem if you don't tell us?
We don't have a problem telling. See, the thing is, we tell you. The problem is y'all listening.
See, but
women always tell you what's going on because we can't hold it. We're emotional beings.
See, okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I say a woman cannot think like a man, because a woman is emotional. Men are more logical in their thinking. Women are emotional in their thinking. They operate off of a bunch of emotions, emotional roller coasters, up and down, round and around. They just everywhere. And you as a man, you're trying to figure out, okay, baby, I'm trying to come to a common ground here. I'm trying to figure out how we can come to meet halfway. If not, we agree to disagree. No, see, a woman is saying, we ain't agreeing to disagree nothing. We gonna either agree or it ain't nothing. That's what a woman would say. But sometimes y'all don't see things the same way. And so now she go down to divorce court and she want to file the papers because he did not say that he sees things her way.
Okay, well, actually, it's more than that. We're not just going to run a divorce court just to be running to divorce court because we disagree.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Wait a minute. Wait. We give you chance after chance after chance after chance to get it right before we talking about going to divorce court. And ladies, can I hear you?
Women operate
ladies,
on
can I hear you?
One strike and you're out.
It's not. It's not one strike and you're out. We give you chance after chance. We do. As women, we give you chance after chance. And if we do not see change, then we have to make our own decisions.
Okay, so look at what Gerald says. You want to read it?
You can read it. Go ahead.
Okay. Men are more black and white. Give it to me straight and let's deal with it. Absolutely, Jay. Absolutely. Gerald with a J. Then he goes on to say, not the added emotion. The man will take the emotion as fluff. And men don't deal with fluff. Gerald, tell me what fluff is. I'm lost.
Okay. So let me say this.
She said, Paula, what you say absolutely valid too, Paula?
Thank you, Paula. You know it. She knows exactly what I'm saying. We're not just gonna. That's why we as women over the years. That's why we learn our men. That's why we sometimes we have to get a little help. But at the end of the day, we want to communicate with you, and we want you to communicate with us. I am big. If you know me, you know Val is big on communication. Talk to me. We can have a conversation so that we can be on common ground. Wait till we get off this camera, y'all. I cut this camera off. It's all like popcorn up in this face. Okay, so
you know that's that sneeze. You know that's that. It's not a corona sneeze, but it was just a sneeze. You know, it is
again.
I'm clearing my throat. Incredible.
Yeah, somebody better come get him. Somebody come get him. But I'm being honest with y'all.
Oh my goodness.
What did Paula say? She said women will take, and take more. Exactly.
No.
We don't just give up on our relationships. We are not like that. We're not.
What? No,
we're not.
Some women.
No, majority of the women. And let me tell you something. If you've done something to that woman that has devastated her to the point where she want to walk away from you, then there is no point of return. And then that could be the done part. It depends on how bad you devastated her spirit. It is. But the majority of the time, we take and take and take.
I hear you, Alvin. Alvin said,
you get on my nerves.
Alvin said, run, bro, run with the camera stop. You're right, Al. So what did girl say? Fluff is the added stuff. Men don't want to hear. If we are talking about A and B, keep C, D, and E out of it. Come on here, Gerald. Come on here, J. Look, that's exactly what happens. All of that added stuff comes in, and it's you down and left A and B, and C, D, and E done took over. And C, D, and E, a lot of times didn't have nothing to do with it. But C, D, and E, thank you, sir. You just helped me out with the puff. C, D, and E takes over because it's coming out of all those emotions that have been built up from A and B. So A and B came out at the onset, but then C, D, and E took over and said, I'm going to get my point across with this kind of attitude. And that is why I say again, that there's a difference between a man and a woman, that you cannot think like a man. It ain't got nothing to do with body parts. It ain't got nothing to do with that. It got everything to do with the fact that the makeup of man is different, even in his thinking. And so we cannot be, again, just alike. What you got? Okay, you over there going off. She just over here cringing and like
Paula said, that's in the mind. That's in the man's mind. And Drill said C, D, and E was back in 1999. You're so stupid.
Okay, so
well, I'm be honest. I hope it would be resolved between now and then.
Wait, what did Paula say again? What did Paula say again?
She said that's in the man's mind.
No, Paula.
Yes, it is.
No, Paula. It is factual. It's actual and factual because it is put out on the table just like it is. And what Gerald said made a lot of sense. That when a woman is caught up in emotions, just put the guns up. Put the rifle up, put the knives up, lock the knife drawer. Get rid of the steak knife before you have that conversation, because if she don't get her way, it's gonna be some furniture moving.
Okay, let me just go there. Let me use me as an example. Let me use me as an example, okay? Let me tell y'all this story that happened to me. Okay, so I was dating someone. I'm not using any names. I was dating someone, and I noticed that this person, we were doing a long distance thing. So I noticed that this person, I had found out that this person was engaging in other activities with someone else. Okay. And when I confronted the individual about what was going on, and pictures don't lie, so I'm gonna just put that out there. This isn't something I heard. It was something I saw. Okay. And when I confronted them about the incident, immediately came back with it. They were seen at an event with their ex-girlfriend, and what they said was, I was there and she was there. We weren't together. They came at the last minute, and we sat at the same table, but and we talked, but she got a boyfriend and I'm with you. But well, let me say this. If you don't like me being friends with so and so, then maybe we should break up. And so I knew from the giddy up that it was a total lie, and then try to become very defensive behind it. Period. Came very defensive behind it. So there was no truth in what they were saying, and at that point, I didn't feel like I needed to respond because it was a total lie. I'm not even going to have this conversation with you because it wasn't, at that point for me, it was not worth it. So all men do not, when we approach you about a situation, the truth don't always come out. And so we have to go back and try to find out what's going on. And then, sure enough, especially when it's in black and white and you know what's up.
Okay, so read what Alvin says here.
He said, perfect example. If someone breaks into your house and the man is going after the intruder, the woman is going to go protect the kids.
Everybody understands what they have what is that instinct to do. Okay. Absolutely.
Okay.
Two different instincts.
Okay.
He's making a point.
Okay.
You ain't get it?
I got it.
Okay, read the next one.
Okay, if you feel your man can't change or won't change, stop trying to change him.
Good point.
Okay.
Good point.
Typically, C and D and E. This is Paula. That was Gerald. That was Alvin and then Gerald. Now this is Paula. Paula says typically C, D, and E probably took place before A and B, but
Probably, Paula.
but it was the same old stuff. And then Alvin says it wasn't me, Shaggy. You're stupid.
Right on, G. Alvin, y'all all right with me, man? I'm glad y'all came on because see, so you know, basically what Valarie explained was like you have several types of men and several types of responses. Okay, so I'll give you that. All men don't respond that way, but most women across the board, most women have a lightness in their thinking. See, a woman, and this is the difference between a woman and a man. A woman that feel like she can go out to dinner with her ex-man or her friend, but then will get mad when her man will go out to dinner with another woman or one of his ex-friends or ex-girls. Now, see, it's double standard.
It is.
It's double standard because if you feel like you're at liberty to go out with an ex or with another man, period, then you got to be able to accept the same behavior. Paul, I know you got something to say. Where you at?
What did Gerald say?
Okay, so Gerald said, same old stuff can be changed. If you keep bringing it up, then it appears he let go, but you have not. So yes, you're absolutely right. It comes up. It keeps coming up. Absolutely. But going back to that point I just made.
And again, Paula said trust. And I agree.
Now, okay, so you got to trust on both ends, right?
Trust, yes. Trust, but
you got to trust
but
on
understand,
both ends.
But understand, trust is not given, trust is earned.
Most women on the onset, whether there's trust, period, will react off of what they feel at that time. Most women will be like, especially if she want to go out with dude. If she wants to go out with dude, she's going to make a rule. She's going to make a rule. And she's going to say, you're supposed to trust me, like Paula just said. But the minute that man meets or runs into an old friend and he calls home, he says, hey, babe, I'm going to be a little late. I'm going to, and he's trying to be honest and upfront. I'm going to be a little late. I'm going to, me and my ex-girl, we getting ready to go, and we've been to go have some drinks. We've been to go to dinner. Oh, boy, it's going to be hell in the city. It's going to be some fireworks going on. You can't tell me that it don't.
It would
it
be.
Will
I'm
be.
not going to say that it wouldn't be because
the whole house is going to move, not just the furniture.
My question would be like, why are you going out with your ex? What's up with that?
The same question would probably come to you. The same question would come to a woman. Why you got to go out with your ex? Okay, so what did Alvin say?
Alvin, that's another show. Ooh, I'm going to hold that one, Alvin. I'm not even going to say that one. That's good.
Let me see.
That's another show.
Oh, yes.
That's another show.
Al, we're going to do that one. We're going to do that one.
We got to hold that one. We're going
to do that one, Alvin. That's going to be... That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that's going to be another juicy topic.
Quincy said, no, y'all don't.
Quincy, you can just read what Alvin wrote typed above you, and then you'll understand.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one.
And we might have to have you on the show at that point, because that's going to be a good one.
That's going to be a good topic right there.
Right.
Because I'm telling you the truth. Again, men and women think differently.
We do.
And you cannot... You and I understand what you were saying about if you were approaching a situation trying to be better. But why don't you just know what a man likes? Find out what he likes. You don't have to think like him to know what he likes. Just ask him. Remember T.D. Jakes wrote the song, wrote a CD, love CD, and he says satin sheets slide. SSS, satin sheets slide. You know, it's tongue tied. Say that 5 times. Say it fast. Come on. I bet you can't do it.
I'm not trying to say that.
Satin sheets slide. Satin sheets slide. Satin sheets slide. Satin sheets slide.
I'm gonna let him be.
Satin sheets slide. Okay.
That's fine. Let him slide.
But a woman needs to know, communicate with her man, and a man needs to communicate with his woman. See, now, you know, if I had a woman, I would do stuff. I would do stuff that I feel that she may like. So I kind of will smell on her and see what kind of perfume she kind of likes. I'll kind of look at what she has on, and I kind of say, oh, okay, I see that she likes that. So I find something unique. And so a man does that stuff, but a man will go and send flowers for no reason. When last time a woman sent her man flowers? That's why they don't think alike. Hello, somebody. Where you at, Paula? You the Pam tonight, Paula. You the Pam.
No, Paula's Paula. Pam
okay, I know. That's what I said.
We're just gonna leave that right there.
Yeah. So, when last time a woman just sent flowers to her man? When last time a woman just sent candy to her man's job? Now men work at the desk too.
Okay.
Or he could be on a construction site. When last time you just ordered some DoorDash?
I would do that.
DoorDash him a meal and said, "Baby,
I would do that.
Sent this to you."
I would definitely do that. But now there was something when we were discussing this particular topic, and you haven't even mentioned it yet.
Okay.
You remember what you said? When we first started talking about the topic, and you were talking, it was in reference to jobs.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna close on this one right here. We're gonna close on this one. So, here's what I said. I said the job market is wide open now. We understand that, and you have your blue collar workers and you have your white collar jobs and whatnot. Your corporate. All right. So, a woman will look down on a blue collar worker. More women look down on blue collar workers than they do white collar workers. And more men, a lot of men, and I'm bringing this in now. So, but I'm going where I'm going. A lot of men will have a different thought process when a woman works at Kentucky Fried Chicken or McDonald's. Not unless she is stacked and she fine. And see, that's another thing. Because men are visual. I'll give you that. Men are visual, women are emotional. But women will look down their nose at a man who works a 9-to-5 blue collar job. She'll look down her nose at him. Whereas a man won't look down his nose at a woman who works at Kenny King's or McDonald's. There's a difference. Now, she again, I bring out that she fine.
Okay.
I bring that out. There's things that, but that job at that point, because there's some handsome brothers that work blue collar work, that do blue collar work. But corporate women will look down their nose at him because his dollars don't match. Now, let me go here. Let me add this to this. And then you can take it. Add this to it. There are certain jobs that we know, like I look at construction jobs, okay, and I know I'm throwing a lot out there, but Val gonna take care of it all. And so most of the time when you see women on the construction jobs, you see them doing the flagging, but you don't see a lot of them doing the hard, heavy work. You don't see a lot of them doing that hard, lifting that brick and shoveling that cement, and you might see them on the truck. They may learn how to operate the truck. But we talked about women with men, quote unquote, men jobs. All right, quote unquote men jobs. So the attitude is the attitude. Now I'm just throwing out potentials. Is the attitude that the woman is trying to outdo the man or do just as well as the man. That was what I brought out to Val. So we can deal with that. You can deal with that. We want to deal with that in the part 2. You want to deal with it right now.
Okay, let me say this. There are women that like men there are a lot of women that prefer blue collar men. And let me put this disclaimer out there about the blue collar men. There are a lot of blue collar men that make over 6 figures. So,
doing what job?
Automotive, steel, water treatment. The list can go on. Oil and gas. Come on, Quincy. Oil and gas. There are a lot of men that I know a lot of men in oil and gas. I know a lot of men that are truck drivers. They making over 6 figures. So that's not necessarily true about blue collar men not making that much money. Because there are a lot of blue collar men that make money.
I'm not talking about the money more so than I'm talking about the job itself. So that I'm talking about that one particular thing.
Okay.
Read what he said.
Gerald said, a woman could be looking for what have you done for me lately, or my cousin, or what you can do for me. You get women today that have different perspectives. Young women today are just trying to get theirs, and that's true. And let's see. Matter of fact, you're not on there anymore. Look at your Facebook and see if you got comments. And then Alvin said, a woman is looking for what a man can provide unless she's J-Lo who don't care. Well, there are a lot of women that may not have J-Lo's money, but there are many women out here that not looking for a man's money. Depending on where you are in life, a lot of women are coming to the table with money. So we can match up and see if we can do this thing together. See, a mature woman is really not looking for a man to take care of her. Yet we want the prince of the home. No, don't get it twisted. We want the prince of the home and let him be the man. But in the times that we're living in, it takes 2 incomes to run a household. So we can do this thing together.
Let's see what Connie Davis said here on Facebook. Queens know how to handle all situations. We can never be a man. We can be strong, always a queen. Very well said, Connie Davis. Very well said. That was it. Now I'm just reading some comments. That was and that's pretty much it for now. Okay. So again.
Thank you, Connie. We're really trying to get things situated with all comments.
Right.
Before I go any further, let me just put this out there. We have started a new page for Candid Conversations. We've been sending out invites. Wade has been sending out invites. I've been sending out invites. Please accept our invites because Facebook, we're going to shut down our personal pages on Facebook. We'll do like a watch party, but we want to send everybody over there so we can actually collectively see all the comments so we can respond to everybody. We really don't want to leave anyone out at all. We welcome all comments. It helps the show. And I'm sure, you all are entertained. Plus, we really enjoy the interaction from everyone. So.
Okay, so Alma says, a woman is looking at what a man can provide unless she's, he said that. You read that. So, now, thanks, Connie. Gerald King said, thank you, Connie. Gerald King is in agreement with you. And so could it be, like I say, there are just certain jobs that if I'm looking at a person There are certain jobs I just can't. I see you doing it. I mean, you're actually doing it, but to me, from a woman's perspective, or from a man's perspective, looking at a woman, it's something that I would say, like I guess I would kind of have to process it. I'm not prejudiced against it.
Okay, but can you give us an example of what type of job you
Like
refer
I
to?
said, I used construction jobs. Like I used uh, uh, what other jobs is that? Garbage collector,
Sanitation.
sanitation. Okay,
Okay.
I'm sorry, sanitation. So a woman riding on the truck, throwing nasty garbage, smelly garbage. Like I know they have the machines now, but they do have guys that ride because they have other little cans that people throwing. They have other debris or whatever. So they have different types of
Hey,
trucks.
hey, Nikita.
They have different types of trucks. So to me, when I look at a woman on that job, I can't process that because to me, that's not a job for a woman. It pays good money.
Okay, so you are you saying that you would not be attracted? Now, if you met this woman at a event, she dressed to the nines. She's looking good enough for you to approach her and engage in conversation, and possibly ask for her phone number and ask her out, and then you find out what her occupation is. You wouldn't still go out with that woman?
I'm not that shallow. No, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't go out with her. What I'm saying is, it's a difference. It's a difference when you meet someone and they tell you what they do, as opposed to you actually seeing them do what they do. It's a difference. It's a difference. I mean, if I see you throwing garbage, you're a beautiful woman, and if I see you throwing garbage, I'm looking at you like, okay, she's pretty, but why is she throwing garbage? And in my mind,
Come here, baby, give me a hug. No.
right, in my mind though, but I'm saying in my mind, I'm thinking like, when you do like some administrative assistance or I don't know. See, that's just the way a man thinks sometimes, and that's why I say there's a difference from how a man thinks, because a woman will say, what's wrong with me doing this job? Probably nothing.
Because maybe she's starting at the bottom, and that's entry level, is being a sanitation worker, and then next thing you know, she moves up to corporate, and it can happen. It can happen depending on how long she's on her job. That's kind of like saying a woman that works for RTA. For those of us in Cleveland, or if you live in another city, you drive for Metro. Okay, most other cities have Metro. That's their transportation system, and you drive for Metro. Would you not want to date this woman because she drives for Metro? She drives a bus, or she drives a transit, public transportation? I mean, it's really not any difference, but I can tell you that transit workers make some money.
Absolutely.
Good money. So, I tend not to.
But what about women cops? Like,
The only thing about that's the difference between.
we need them.
We do need them. We need all cops. We need them all cops, male and female.
We need male and female.
But if my concern, if I was dating a male, dating a police officer, my concern would be the danger that they're in.
Well,
I'm not saying it has nothing to do with salary for me. Now it may be for someone else, but I wouldn't have a problem dating an officer, or marrying an officer. But sometimes you think about the dangers that they encounter every single day. And that could be, and for some people, that could be a deal breaker on both ends, male or female.
It could be, but what I'm talking about in that job where that woman is having to wrestle with a big dude, and you got half these police officer men who find it difficult to wrestle with some of these big, huge guys, let alone a woman. So now, when that woman is sworn to duty, she still has to do that job. When she gets that job, she's not given a female version of the job, even though there are certain duties like you would rather you need a woman there to frisk a woman. You really do, but they got men frisking women because given the situation. So now you got this big huge dude and you got a woman. I'm not saying that they ain't survive. Because they do got them guns on them. I believe they quicker to pull that gun in that situation, but maybe not. But she run up against this big Brutus beefcakes dude. and she looking at this dude like, oh Lord. Oh, what I'm gonna say to this dude? He's drunk out his mind and he's ready to fight. Mm-hmm. Do you think that he cares that it's a woman at that point?
No.
No.
Oh, goodness.
He don't care.
Okay, so let me get to Alvin. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so Alvin said, before I joined the Army in 87, I made $13 an hour collecting garbage for Shaker's service department. Then Paula says, that's a man's perspective. A woman wants a good man. Absolutely. To us, most instances, it does not matter.
She's talking about the earlier comment, right?
And then she says, he can dig ditches, but being a gentleman in the sense of morals and compassion. And yes, job goes a long way. Then Gerald says, she may be the woman that can fix the plumbing or electrical. Nothing wrong with that. If it's a woman that complements the relationship, then count me in. When I met my wife, she showed me, hold on, wait a minute, there's more to his comment. Okay, she showed me that she had my back. That's important to me. And then Paula said, good one, Gerald. Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
So Paula, I'm coming to hook up with you, all right? And I want you to do this for me. When the tire go flat, I want you to get out and change that tire. I want you to get out and change that tire.
Now, there are women that know how to change tires because they don't have a man to do it for them.
I want you to change the oil too, Paula. Paula. We just having fun, y'all.
She said ready. See? See? That's it, girl. High five.
Paula, you all right with me? You all right with me? So I'm gonna give you a check on that. Think like a man right there. Because I'm gonna sit in the car and keep sleeping while you jacking it up and you bust them legs. I'm gonna sit in the car and go to sleep. Because my woman Paula got it. You go, girl. You go. Kudos on you. I'll give you thumbs up on that.
I can't. Gerald said, Gerald, you stupid. He said, wait a minute. He said, she a pole dancer that can change a tire. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't take it. My family tripping tonight.
Jay, you all right, man. We got to bring you on, Jay. Gerald, we got to bring you on. We got to bring Paula and Pam. Don't forget Pam. We got to find Pam.
Paula says she's screaming. I'm losing it.
This has been good. It's been good.
Oh, my goodness. Y'all. This was a good night.
He said, David Smith said, what is this stream about? Hey, how y'all doing? What is this stream about? This stream was about, it started out, the conversation was about, can a woman think like a man? And so it kind of went off into some other areas, but the ending part of this conversation was talking about women in jobs that more pertain to men, all right? And so it's still connected to, can a woman think like a man? Because you have a lot of, what you call those, women's lib movements, because women feel like they can do just as good as a man, which I think is ludicrous because it shouldn't even be about that. It should be about everybody doing what they are purposed to do. And does a job or anything else have a gender connected to it? Absolutely. Because guess what? A man can't have a baby. You know a man that had a baby? No.
No, absolutely not.
Right. So a man can't have a baby. So there are differences now. Then when it comes down to how we think, all right? Because when I was in the delivery room with my wife at the time and my son was born and my daughter was born, I wasn't about to take that pain. I felt her pain from being out on the outside. I felt her pain. But it was no way that I was really able to identify with the pain. All right? So there's a lot of differences there. So
So David, we thank you for tuning in. Feel free to chime in because it's hot in here.
Yeah, we got to get out of here. It's 9:00.
Oh my goodness, how long we been on?
We've been on over an hour.
Oh my goodness, this was some good stuff tonight, y'all.
Yeah, it was good.
This was good. We gonna have to resume. I still have Alvin's topic. Alvin had made a comment, which is now going to wind up being the next topic. It's a juicy one too.
Thank God for Alvin. Thank God for Gerald. Man, I love y'all, man. Y'all all right with me. Y'all make show, man. And Paula, I love you too.
So I guess, hey family, I guess I got to invite him to the next cookout.
Oh, it'll be hot up in there, boy. Hey, it'll be more than them charcoals burning. It'll be some trees. Be some trees burning. They're gonna be like, what them people doing over there? They got that Valor Wade over there. Stirring up mess.
You are crazy.
Oh my
goodness. Gerald said, bottom line, you do not have, he said, bottom line, you don't have to think like a woman does not have to think like a man. Both should take time and understand each other. Be prepared for the faults. Don't expect perfection. Well said. Well said.
And on that note, that's a good note.
And Paula says she bringing her pole.
Paula, wait a minute. Paula, bring the pole and the crowbar.
And Gerald said, you know I'm cooking. Well, I know you cooking.
Oh, Lord.
You know, sister needs them good ribs. Okay, we going to say that for another time.
All right.
But, guys, we're going to get out of here tonight. It has been amazing. Yes. I love all of you. And remember, if you have not gone over to Candid Conversation and like the page, please go over and like the page. We have so much more in store. David, if you're still with us, we want you to join us. If you are on, we're still going to be on Periscope, but if you're on Facebook, join our page. I might start one up on Twitter. We'll see. We'll probably start up a Candid Conversations page on Instagram. But this is some good stuff, guys. So we really appreciate all of you tonight. We thank you for tuning in. And I'm your host, Val Jefferson.
And I'm Wade Howard.
And until the next time.
Peace.